Thank you for tuning in to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Whether you're listening during your commute, while working out, or just relaxing at home, we appreciate you. Every download, every listen, and every subscription means a lot. Up next, the 12 Kyle podcast.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy 12 Kyle from the 12 Kyle podcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in as you do each and every week. What you're about to listen to is part 2 of a 2-part episode called Both Sides of the Flags with the homies, Baylor and Uncle Dolemite. Now, if you haven't heard part 1, stop what you're doing right now and go back to episode 1. But if you've heard the first part, we now present to you the second part, Both Sides of the Flag of the 12 Kyle podcast. Cheer! Dolemite, did you have any stories like that where you were clearly out of bounds and either got pressed or got threatened?
Nah, not really, because the only time something like that ever happened to me, I was on the way from a broad house. But I was at home base.
Okay.
And I'm talking to the broad on the chirp, like you know, this was chirp days. This had to be like 02, 03. Like I had a little bullshit like 88 Camry station wagon. So I hop out the car. And this is like before I eat, like I ain't even had no pistol at the time. So I get out the car and I'm talking to the broad like, yeah, you know, I just got home finna go in the house. So I just happen to like look behind me and I see 2 niggas sitting in like oddly enough, a Mercedes truck.
Oh, wow.
And I guess I don't know, these niggas didn't know what they was doing. So like I look and I'm like, hey, somebody in the truck by my house. I'm finna call the homie. So I hit the homie phone like, hey, I think somebody in the hood. So I look, and I guess they saw me see them. So they stupid ass turn their car on, and once the truck turn on, the lights and the shit go on.
Right.
Nigga had a fucking red Philadelphia Phillies hat. Oh, the nigga, it's the West Sides. Nigga, I jumped right back in my motherfucking car. Fuck the house, because I'm like, the driveway is longer. By the time I get to my front door, these niggas probably already hopped out on me. So I jump right back in the car, turn the car on. I take off up Raymond, bust a left on Dwight. So I'm on the phone with the homie like, hey, these niggas on me. These niggas in the white Benz truck. Y'all niggas know my car, so I'm finna come up your street. I guess them niggas knew that I had to drop on they stupid ass. Because by the time I turned on Northwood, them niggas turned on Northwood. I bank a left on 163rd, and they keep going on Northwood. Right out the hood. So the homies, you know, they hit me like, oh, where they at? Because the thing is, like, niggas be ready for the bullshit. Like, they was excited. Like, oh, I can't wait to see these stupid motherfuckers because we finna tear they stupid ass up. Like,
right.
Nigga, you go, and once we see the niggas behind you, we gonna stop they ass. Like, nigga, we trapping them basically. But I think them niggas knew, because once them niggas saw that I had my little route, they like, yeah, we ain't gonna go down that street
because trust me, the streets you on, they was headed into danger.
Exactly, and they knew that shit. Because once I banked that turn, they was like, nope, chase over. Because I was sure, like, y'all niggas outside. They like, cuz like 4 of us. Yep, we outside.
Wow. So let me ask you this. I like one of the accounts is, I'm going to go back to something you said a little earlier about social media. One of the accounts I follow on Instagram is called Certified Walks, where cats, you know, it's just people dancing, sea walking or whatever. Like I thought I started following it because everybody that was on there was getting down, and I was like, man, that's a cool account to follow. So I started following that account, and then one day I rarely go into the comments, but there was a cat that was doing his dance. He was walking or whatever, and like everybody was giving him props or whatever. Like they had a bunch of comments, and I started noticing like there were dudes that were tagging, you know, putting their hood on the comments, and you know, obviously they were Crips or whatever like that, and a couple of Bloods chimed in too as well. And it wasn't no disrespect, but it was just, you know, so it made me think like, damn, like I would think, or at least just my mentality coming from small town Florence, South Carolina, that you wouldn't want to put your tag or your hood name or anything like that on social media because it's documented. So now, obviously, with hip hop and there's always been, how can I say, there's always been a love affair, if you will, or hate affair for your city when it came to hip hop was concerned, even going back to, Eazy-E and NWA those days. But when you look at social media, being able to put your hood on social media and then having that, or going back, or even going back and forth with ops on social media, do you think? And I'll start with you first, Dolemite. Do you think gang banging has been glorified or more amplified, or glorified? I don't want to say negatively, like giving a false sense of what really is. Like, they make it, or maybe there are people who are on social media that they're trying to make it sound and seem a lot cooler than what it really is.
Yeah. Because like I said, I think Baylor was like doing something with his phone or whatever. But like I said, the reason I didn't like the documentary too is because it was a gangbanging commercial. The reason I'm not a big fan of YG is because his music is a gangbanging commercial.
Okay.
Like certain artists, and like I don't know Baylor's understanding of YG and who he is as a person, but that nigga was a jerker. A lot of these rappers that get the clout as gang banging rappers, these niggas wasn't from that shit like that. Like these niggas was dancers. Game was a fucking dancer. Like these niggas wasn't like that. So they make it sound cooler than it is. So like when you hear a song like "Nigga, I'm from Bompton," like nigga, it's jamming so hard. It's like you want to be a part of that shit. Like
Right.
nigga, you like, man, nigga, yeah, that's right, nigga. I want to throw up the shit like Chef Boy, nigga, gang gang, do you
I
gang
like that
bang?
song.
Like nigga,
I
that
like
song
that.
is so tight. It's like
I like that.
I gang bang too, nigga. I want to throw the deuce to foe and all that bullshit. So it's like a lot of niggas on social media, like they look at it like it is like a fucking social club. Like there's niggas in other states and cities. Like I done talked to 8 Trays from Baltimore, and they literally choose that shit.
That's
Like
crazy to
not
me.
because I was raised around these niggas and I didn't have a choice, but like, nah, man, I knew the homie from LA and we tapped in with the LA niggas and we from 8 Tray now. Like y'all niggas is like Trekkies. Like y'all niggas are fans. Those are like jerseys to y'all.
Yeah.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying like they bitch ass niggas or nothing, cause them niggas out there, tearing up shit too. But at the same time, like the mindset is different.
Right.
So it's like a whole lot of the shit that you see on social media is a bunch of niggas that's attaching themselves to something that they deem to be cool. With a lot of us, it was some shit that like it just was life for us. Like, like the example that I made, like everybody who I grew up with was part of this shit. Like, so that's why I became a part of it, because these are my real friends. These is my real family members. So that's just what it was for me. These niggas on social media, they're choosing it because it sound like it's cool. So even with like, it's probably a 50-50 on that certified walk page, where most of those niggas on that page don't gang bang at all. They just good ass dancers.
Right.
Like some of those niggas are party crips and party bloods, where they might be members, but they dance real good. So everybody get in props because of how good they dance. So it's like, yeah, man, get your walk on. The different page that you'll follow will be the Rip Rider archive page.
Okay.
That's where you'll
on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying. That's where you'll see the members. Because every now and then, motherfuckers will send me pictures. Hey man, look, here go your uncle. Oh man, here go all your homies. Oh man, here go your little cousin. Like you'll see a bunch of my niggas on them motherfucking pages. And I think I told you this shit 12K. I never took pictures.
Yeah, you gonna take pictures.
Like it'd be I'll be there for a lot of that shit. Like I can show you the pictures in my phone where I was in attendance of a lot of these situations, but I don't get in pictures.
Listen, one of the things that he always iterates on the Too Much Game podcast, he said, I don't take pictures with niggas. But if you look at the cover art, he took a picture with this dude.
Yeah. Like, y'all got a picture with me, but a lot of niggas can't say they got a picture with me. Like I don't take pictures with niggas,
and we appreciate that.
Yeah, because like during the MySpace days, I remember there was a clique from the South Side called the Goonies. And shit, nigga, the police came through and did a sweep on the MySpace page. And a lot of them niggas got locked up. Like a lot of niggas got locked up off MySpace.
Guilty by association.
To the point where I was DMing niggas like, take me off that page. Like, when the niggas was posting all the nutties, and I'm like, take me off this motherfucker. Like, I don't give a fuck about the clout. Take me off this shit. If a motherfucker go, you ain't from nutty, you ain't on the page. All right, I ain't from nutty then. Cool. I ain't in jail neither.
I know that's right. One person I wanted to talk about before we get off here, obviously, I don't think you can mention, hip hop in L.A. without mentioning Nipsey Hussle, the late great Nipsey Hussle, who at the time of this recording, we're coming up on his 40th birthday, or what would be his 40th birthday. I'm actually going to do a album review for Victory Lap, and I've been holding off for doing it for a while, but I'm a huge fan, and I love it. I love listening to so much of his music because a lot of his music is new to me. It's not new to y'all because like y'all remember those mixtapes when they came out. I came around on some of those mixtapes much later, and so I'm always happy to hear. I can't call it new music, but it's new music for me. But in listening to Nipsey, and even preparing for this particular episode, I went back on both of your episodes to hear your podcast, the podcast that you did subsequently after Nipsey was taken away from us. And man, I ain't gonna lie, Baylor, your podcast almost had me because the first 45 seconds, I don't know if you remember this, but like you weren't even talking. All you heard was just sniffing. And I said, wow, this dude, but I felt it, you know what I'm saying? Because like of what he meant to you and what he meant to the city. And, one of the things Dolemite said on his podcast was one of the first things he said was the motherfucking marathon continues. And it made me think about where we are now as far as not just Nipsey's memory, but what Black Sam and the whole team at Marathon and what they've done to continue his name and his legacy. When I was in LA for my birthday back in December, me and Baylor, we went to Marathon, had a couple Marathon burgers, slamming burger. So in talking or even thinking about Nipsey, I honestly, in listening to his music, I get a better understanding of what he was and what he went through, and where the similarities. And I think I told Dolemite this on the phone, but I see there's quite a few similarities between the two of you, in a sense of, if you listen to his early music, it is gang influence, but he's not speaking on like, this is some shit you should do. And he never said anything to like put himself in a box or say, well, I did this or I did this to this op or anything like that. It was never that. But probably after the Marathon mixtape, you saw the transition from, okay, I'm repping 60. I mean, he always repped 60s, but his music started more to reflect probably where he was in life as far as like building businesses, buying back the block, and what he wanted to do futuristically for himself and his team and his family and ultimately his community. And I think you can hear that resonate in the music. But Nipsey, it was refreshing to hear both of you having raw emotions about his loss and what it meant. Dolemite did. I think that episode might have been because it was you and Ben Reddy, and it might have been maybe an hour and 45 minutes or so. And y'all, straight conversation, but it was raw emotion. Baylor did his episode the day that Nipsey died, which I don't know how you did that because Cats was torn up about that, So
we canceled our episode. That's
yours was like maybe about a week later, I think.
Yeah.
So in speaking about Nipsey, man, what do you think about his transition from the streets to rap, and then what he did, not just for his neighborhood, but what he did for LA and rap fans like the three of us? You can go. You first, Baylor.
Like you grow up in this city. We both can relate. I'm pretty sure Dolomite can relate because shit, they had the same type of lifestyle. As far as myself, you got cousins and friends and stuff like that that's out there banging and stuff like that. And when you just, you know, when you see all this death around you and stuff like that, it's just a negative cloud of like a negative feeling. You know, that's why when cats play sports and they got a bit of a name with some talent, the first thing that we say is like, just go away. If you can get a scholarship going to a school out of state, just do it. You know. But then when you see a homegrown cat
Yeah.
banging like one of the most, and to me, nowadays gang banging is like commercialized.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to make a profit off of it because there's a lot of people that's intrigued by it. A lot of casual viewers are intrigued by the LA lifestyle, and they know that the gang lifestyle is a part of LA's identity. And for a cat that looked as sharp as he was, sharp spoken as well, and he told you his background, you could actually his background is actually documented. You know what I'm saying? With him doing just interviews in the hood, standing next to a car. You know what I'm saying? All the way to selling a project, a mixtape for $100.
$100.
You know what I'm saying? To where one of the greatest of all time say, "All right, let me get some of those
Yeah.
at
Let
that
me get
price."
1,000 of those.
Yeah, and it's like when you see a cat like that, he's not a gang member to me anymore. He's not an artist anymore. It's like you got one of them cats that came down here and he here for a reason. That's how I looked at him. So when he went down, that crushed me, bro.
Yeah. I the thing that I loved about both of those episodes is that you guys spoke from raw emotions, but you were really honest and upfront about who he was, and there's nothing that you said that that he didn't reflect in the music. What about you, Dolomite?
Man, like I said, when that shit happened, because we had just recorded Cat versus Dog, and like being ready was like, yeah, nigga, like we, of course, after we finished the episode, the TV on, the news come on, they like, there was a shooting at the Marathon store. So, we looking like, damn, boy, Nipsey gonna be mad than a motherfucker, cause they ain't even supposed to have guns up there. That nigga gonna be pissed. I don't know where that nigga at, but I know he pissed off, cause that ain't supposed to happen up there. So then somebody hit being ready phone, like, nigga, it's Nipsey who got shot. And I'm like, Nipsey got shot. He like, yeah, nigga. He said it was Nip who got shot. I'm like, hell no. So, we just sitting there, we setting up the equipment, we getting the music and doing all that shit. So then the homie sent being ready a picture. And, of course, he got the little white t-shirt, the little, and I'm like, nah, hell no.
Right.
Like we knew he was dead probably about 10, 15 minutes before the news said the shit.
Yep.
She was like, man, he fucked over, nigga. They fucked him over. Like, the nigga telling us on the phone. I'm like, nah, that can't be true. So then when the news said the shit, being ready, like, he didn't ask me if I wanted to record. We just unhooked everything. Like, fuck that shit. So
Yeah.
we went outside, and I'm talking about, like, you could hear a mouse piss on cotton. Like, it was like planes wasn't even flying in the sky. Like, it just was dead quiet outside.
It was dull. It was dull
Yeah, both of y'all
outside
said that.
for very eerie. Like same thing with Kobe, back to back. But we was sick.
Yeah, that was tough. And Kobe's death was very the way that he died. Like, and I always try to make sure that I don't. I'm very cautious about what I see, and I remember the tweets started coming in about Nips, and I was like, and then I think somebody said TMZ said something. I was like, that ain't true, and because at this point the internet was kind of wild. I mean, it still is wild, so there was no way to verify it. So I was like, I'm not believing nothing. So I literally turned my phone off and turned notifications off, everything, and then I sat down and it came up on the news, like CNN. And I was like, man, you gotta be kidding. And that's when I knew it was real. And there was like just a weight, like, man, I can't believe, like, and because at that time we didn't know anything, as far as like who did it or what was behind it and the whole nine. But even in his death, I think, and I'll talk about this in subsequent episodes when I talk about his album. he was here for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I think what he did was he laid the blueprint flat for everybody to see. And one of the things that I really enjoy about the music is that there was a point in time, like you said, if you go back to those early mixtapes, yeah, you were 100% sure of who he was and where he was from. But as he got older and more mature, his sound was more redefined, and he was a better rapper. And there's a reason why Victory Lap, and I kept saying it, there's a reason why Victory Lap sounds the way that it sounds. And I can't wait to review the album. But like if you go back to Crenshaw, his sound doesn't sound the same on Crenshaw as it does on Victory Lap. But you got to remember, it's really two different people. You know, I mean, like he had grown and everything. And but yeah, man, he was somebody I definitely still to this day love listening to. And I'm definitely looking forward to, you know, breaking down this album and talking even more about him. You know, one question I forgot to ask, Baylor and Dolemite, because your name isn't Baylor for real. Your real name is Ronald. So how did you get the name Baylor? Because I think, okay, folks, real quick, Baylor and I had been moving in the same Twitter circles probably for a couple of years. I'd seen him, and I think I think I'd heard about him, you know, or whatever like that, but I didn't know him. And we finally linked up in 2021, and it's crazy because like I've known Baylor since 2021. I think I started rocking with Dolemite like maybe 5 months later in 2022. But it feels like literally like I've known these guys all my life. Like they really could fit in with my crew that I grew up with in Florence, or my crew from college. But yeah, Ronald, and I don't call him Ronald, but Ronald, how did you get the name Baylor? And it's funny because hearing your wife Marcy call you Ron, I was like, when I came to your house, she's like, yeah, I told Ron. I was like, Ron, who the hell is Ron?
The wife always gonna make me look lame. Always, they always gonna make you look lame.
Man, listen, my wife calls me Kyle, and it's the most proper Kyle you've ever heard.
See, and then I say Cal, which sounds like
because that's where you're from.
CAL.
Yeah.
That's where y'all from.
Brownie think your name is 12 Cal.
Tell her it's 12 Cal.
Yeah, because she saw me texting you today, and she was like, Kyle? His name is Kyle? Like, yeah, Brownie, his name is 12 Kyle.
That's it.
Nah, at
so how'd you get Baylor?
It was I had a couple of homies that was Bloods. It was a gang of Bloods on the basketball team and the football team. So you know how the Bloods do. They put beat not on everything, but it gotta make sense. So one thing I say about the gang culture, we got a top 3 walk of all time, and we got a top 3 slang of all time, because the most commercialized dance I've ever seen outside of the goddamn moonwalk is the Crip walk. You know what I'm saying? But look, dog, after the game came out, bro, you seen Lil Wayne and Dipset and all these niggas, and they took it to the point where it was like everything was commercialized. We did it. We was actually getting into it with the Bloods, so we was like, we did it as mocking them. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that, okay?
Yeah, don't mock any game.
Please don't do that.
Don't mock any games.
And technically, I'm from the era where when you went to a house party, backyard boogie, wherever y'all went to, where it was a function, and you was Crip walking, if you wasn't a Crip, that's your ass. And if you was a Crip and you was Crip walking, you was in the wrong hood, it's gonna be an issue, unless you one of them niggas that Rambo and shoot your way up out of there.
Right.
But no, you're not supposed to do neither. You're not supposed to be Crip walking if you're not a Crip, and you're not supposed to be going around saying big and back, being boo if you're not a Blood. But we had egos. We was basketball players and football players that didn't like to be fucked with, but we had relationships with both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like Dolemite said, he probably had 100% pure Crips. Lock High was like 97%. They had a couple of Denver lanes that went to their school. They were just undercover. You know what I'm saying? Fremont, 98. Well, I would say 75% Bloods. The essays ran everything, and you for sure had a couple of Crips that went there. I know because the niggas was on the basketball team with me.
Okay.
But either they dad was like an OG, and they was like, leave they son alone, or the nigga just never told you, never found out until I got to college.
Okay.
But it was niggas that had to go to certain schools because they was inside that district, or they got kicked out of other schools. But nah, I mean, I grew up around the Crip. The Crip homies never came up with a dope nickname. The Blood homies did.
And so the Blood homies called you Baylor.
Yeah, because of basketball, the coaches would usually call you by your last name, which is
Last
Taylor.
name.
But I'm around the Blood homies, so they call me Baylor. Look, ask Marcy what her nickname is. Barcia.
I have that.
Barbia. They both of them. So it's like it's where like y'all said. We got to claim the cats that went to the high schools. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So hey, some nicknames are earned and some nicknames are given. You can give your own self a nickname, but you still gotta earn it. It don't really
Right.
count. I never
Right.
changed my nickname. I just said fuck it. That's the one they gave me. And it went, and again, it went commercial because niggas.
Mhm.
I never called myself BTG. A nigga from shout out to Big B and the In Deep show. They the ones that gave me the nickname BTG.
Okay.
And that's off
Okay.
of Baylor. That's off of Baylor the Great. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So there's not a nigga in this podcast game that don't know me as other than Baylor.
That's it. Nobody knows you as Ron or Ronald or
No,
Taylor or anything.
unless they go on my Facebook and they see my government or I said it
Right.
in one of their shows. No, it's Baylor. And all them niggas that's from them other hoods outside of California, they assume I'm a blood, and I let they stupid ass think what they want or whatever. But I do clear it up because it seemed like them niggas do the extra. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
want to
Right.
show out in front of LA niggas, especially if they think they from a gang. Look, stupid. I'm not from neither side. I can't help you, bro. Leave me alone. You know what I
Nope.
mean? But I gotta clear that up because it'll be one of them stupid niggas that be like Baylor from, and they'll make up some shit. Some niggas had actually called me like, yeah, I know you. I know your name is Baylor or whatever. So like, niggas is saying you from this hood. I'm like, how do you even? First of all, you're not even from California, bro. Like, what you in politics that I'm not even a part of?
Right. Man,
You know what
mind
I'm
your
saying?
business.
But
Mind your
that's how it
business.
goes. I'm a true LA nigga. Like I can kick it. I went wherever I wanted to go. Mostly that was where the girls went. I had to be aware. You know what I'm saying? But I never gave myself a nickname. I mean, the nickname that I did give myself was just between me and the homies. But the shit that they know worldwide, they just know me as Baylor, and I just kept it that way.
BTG. What about you?
BTG.
Because your real name isn't.
And look how look how strong the gang culture is. Never gang bang in my life. Got into it with majority Bloods. My nickname came from Bloods, and that's where my daughter name came from.
Bailey. Wow.
Bailey.
Wow.
From Baylor.
So now your real name isn't Dolemite. What first? How did you get Lil Ant, and then how did you get Uncle Dolemite? Or you went from Young Dolemite to Uncle Dolemite.
Yeah.
So how did you get those names?
So my real name is Anthony. I'm named after my dad. So
Okay.
my dad was big, of course he Anthony, so he Big Ant. I became Lil Ant.
Lil Ant.
So as far as like that's just the name everybody called me growing up because I was my dad's son. Everybody knew my dad. He was the hood mechanic. He fixed low riders. He could fix anything. So everybody know my dad. Everybody know my family. Like, my uncle was Big Mike. Everybody know my uncle. My little cousin is Lil Mike.
Lil Mike. I heard you talk about Lil Mike.
We're known as our father's kids. Like everybody knew my family. Everybody in the hood know us. So that's just who I was. Like, as far as my hood name is Baby Drew. Because my cousin.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Yo, I know I've been rocking with this dude damn near 4 or 5 years, and I never knew that until just now.
Yeah,
Baby Droopy. Okay,
yeah,
makes sense.
My big cousin got droopy eyes, so he's the original Droopy. His little brother, my big cousin, same thing. And then I came up under them. But because I was Lil Ant my whole life, I just never picked up the name. Like, so there's pictures with me with Baby Droopy written under it, but like I don't introduce myself as that I'm Lil Ant.
Right.
So like Dolemite came in high school.
Okay.
Like we used to watch like they would be like, oh, bring in the movie, bring in the movie you like and we'll watch movies on Thursdays. So I brought in Dolemite because I liked the movie.
Mhm.
So we watched the movie and they was like, nigga, you like the movie because that's you. Nigga, you just talk shit and you got all the bitches. Because at my school, like I just was known for having hoes and talking shit. So,
Mhm.
you know, and the same is like in G thing, pimping hoes and talking shit like my name was Dolemite.
Yep.
So, you know, the name just stuck,
Stuff.
you know, and I said young Dolemite because there's already a Dolemite.
Mhm.
So, you know, after that, like, you know, I got older, I got gray hair, my beard, I got banned from Facebook and Instagram. So I couldn't use the name Young Dolemite no more because Instagram banned the motherfucker.
Mhm.
So I just held on to the name Dolemite, like, well, because I'm getting older, I'm Uncle Dolemite now, since, you know, Unc status.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing is, you know, like, I think it was somebody Googled my name, and now it's right under Rudy Ray Moore's name. So
That
if
was
you
Germ.
Google,
Germ did that.
yeah, if you Google Uncle Dolemite, it literally says podcaster and comedian Anthony Webb, blah blah blah. Like I'm
Mhm.
on Google. If you Google Uncle Dolemite, it'll pop up. So that's kind of dope. But yeah, like, you know, I got the name from the movie, and you know, it just stuck with me.
No
But like
doubt. No
even,
doubt.
you know, cause like I went to a comedy show recently and it was a gang of my homies. Like one of my homies threw the show. And you
Mhm.
know, we got like Chris Sneed, Ross Washington, Precious Hall, Scruncho was there, like all the comedians was there, and they all know me as Dolomite from
Mhm.
comedy. Like, so everybody there calling me Lil Ant. So they like, oh, okay, Lil Ant, why they call you that? And I'm like, that's just what they call me. These are my folks. This my hood here, nigga. Like,
Mhm.
and you know, like it's just funny when, you know, you could say where you from all you want to. And I tell people all the time, like, it's not about who you know, it's who know you.
Who know you
You know,
exactly?
like you can claim the hood all day, but do the hood claim you?
Facts.
So, you know, like the nigga was like, it just was a trip to see all these OGs, you know, hugging you and, you know, calling you nephew and all that shit. And I'm like, these really my folks, nigga. Like, I don't, the hood claim me just as much as I claim the hood. Like, again,
Mhm.
I'm not one of these new gang members because in today's gang banging, man, half these niggas live in Paramount.
Mm.
You know, these niggas live in Lawndale. These niggas live in Lancaster, Palmdale. These niggas live out here in the Inland Empire and they claiming some shit in LA. They got to get on the freeway and drive an hour and a half to go to their set.
Mm.
You know, in our day, you was born there.
Yeah.
These niggas claiming the hood, they can't even take a shit in that neighborhood. They can't even spend a night over there. They
Mm.
just over there claiming some shit they ain't never lived in.
Mm.
But with
That-
us, family.
that's about as bad as the people, you know, claiming streets and sets that not even in that city. I think I told y'all, like I was over on the west side. I stopped to go to Waffle House, and there was an abandoned building next to the Waffle House, and somebody wrote '60s on it in spray painted '60s on it, and there's no '60s street over there. I was like, '60s? Like, are you like really? Like, I was like, come on, man, what are we doing here? But I don't know. I guess to each his own, man. To each his own. Everybody, you know, they see stuff, and that's what I meant by, you know, what we see and hear on social media and stuff. But yeah, and I'm gonna put a bow on this thing, man. Again, these cats right here, man. These are my boys. I never can stop telling people about how, you know, I fuck with them because like when I've been out to LA and then like hung with them. Like it ain't no, I mean, we've gone out, been to Baylor's mansion, and I ain't been to Dolomite's mansion yet, but you know, I'm gonna get there next time I come out there. And then like we done fly shit together. Like I mentioned at the top, Dolomite is a comedian. Like he ain't no play comedian, he's a real comedian. And what was that Wednesday night we went to they had a set
DL
in a
Hughley
DL
spot.
Hughley spot in Pasadena, and one of the coolest shits you'll ever see was like Dolomite wasn't on the bill to perform that night, but it was, you know, he was trying to get on and get some time to get on stage. And so me and Dolomite get there early, and Uncle Bob came out there and we were talking, and then DL Hughley walks in, and Dolomite's like, all right, he's like, hold on one second, let me go holler at him. And he walks up and he just starts talking. And now I don't know a lot of people that would do that because you had to ask DL Hughley hey, I know you might not have a bunch of time for other comedians, but if I can get 10 minutes, let me know what I can do, whatever. And that's somebody that you look up to in the comic world. But I mean, like that took a lot of guts. And like I said, I didn't get a chance to see you do your thing that night, but we had a good time. Hung out with Baylor as well when I was out there. LA is one of my favorite cities, and I'll definitely be back out there again, hopefully sooner than later. I ain't moving out there because I need a couple more zeros.
Baylor.
I need a couple more zeros. What do you say, Baylor?
Took the homie on Fig. Hey, look, 12 cows.
Listen,
Nigga
I've never seen anything like I saw Figueroa.
That nigga on Fig, man, that nigga lost. Now every time he probably followed that page on IG. It's wild.
I don't follow the page. I saw enough on Figueroa. I saw enough on Figueroa to make me. I was like, I mean, like, and this is it's a long street. So I think I got on Fig. Maybe I think I was coming from Long Beach, and Baylor, and I texted Baylor. Baylor said, "Hey, get on Fig and just go straight down until you get." Because I was staying downtown at the Intercontinental.
Hey, I'm not lying though. I didn't do it. I just didn't want him to get on the freeway. Just take.
Listen, I saw a little bit. Man, there was literally a prostitute on every single corner.
Hey man,
and then like you go a little bit further down, and there was a place. I can't remember the name of the place. I took a picture of it, and they had like prostitute uniforms. It was like a prostitute uniform store. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. And so like I'm sitting at the light, and I'm in like a rental. It's like a Nissan Sentra or something like that. And I'm trying not to look like a tourist. And like I see this chick, she's walking, and she starts walking toward the car. And I look over and I just kind of shake my head, and she's still walking toward the car. And luckily the light turned green. I was like, let me just peel on off. But yeah.
Out of there. Hey, 12 cow. Nigga name from Lamont from East Coast. Nigga, 7th grade. Nigga told me to pull up my pants. What you think I did? Pull my pants right up. It was 19 niggas on that staircase, looking like Wu-Tang Clan, nigga.
Nah, I
pulled my pants right up. Say, you absolutely right, sir.
Figueroa is something different. And like I said, I was in a car, so I can only imagine what that street looks like on foot at night.
At night, wow. Go to Sunset.
But it's a beautiful city, man. I always try to stay. I'm always gonna stay downtown when I come to the city because I love. But it was great getaway for my birthday. I won't be there this year for my birthday because my wife is graduating from. She's getting a doctorate, so my LA trip got to be next summer. So
for sure.
So, it's the plan is there. The plan is there. But yeah, man, these are my boys. Like I said, this was actually an episode for those of you listening. This is an episode that the two of you were supposed to do together. Yeah. And for whatever reason, Tommy just couldn't pull it off or whatever like that. So I'm glad that we got a chance to, because we talk every day in the group chat and stuff. And like I said, one day I'm gonna get my money up. And
maybe tell me the truth. The reason is I stay next to a private airport, right? Dolemite don't want to park there because he don't like how much they charging for the diesel fuel. That's what it is about. The nigga never wanted to fly his private jet over here.
Hey, man,
that's why. Last time he said he got held up at the gate, and I was like, all right, well, Jen, just fly in. Like, they charging too much for the diesel. I said, all right, I don't know what to do. Because look, you can't just like these two niggas joke about hold up, nah, hell nah. These two niggas joke about getting to my house. Nigga, when I got within 5-mile radius of this nigga house, no internet service. Everything dropped, nigga. The nigga basically text me, he said, if you don't know how to get here, you don't belong here. You can't just pop up over there. You gotta talk about a gated community. You talk about a gated city, nigga.
I live in the sticks.
There are no sticks in California, man.
I'm in the country. I'm in the country part of California.
That's the thing about living out there too. Y'all, and I guess you guys, it probably comes second nature, but it's beautiful out there. Like you look up, you can literally go outside and you see mountains in the distance. And I hit Baylor up one day. I said, man, y'all got some dope ass palm trees. Like I love palm trees, man. I love palm trees.
I sent that nigga like 3 different type of palm tree.
Because we can't get palm trees here. The weather's not conducive to it here.
Most of them probably fake now. They be planting a lot of palm trees now.
Yeah,
But
palm trees are not native to California.
But I guess you guys grew them when
Yeah.
they were like, even if you look at a place like Compton, which if you understand Compton's history was whiter than white in the 40s and 50s.
Those
And
palm
then
trees,
Costner is from Compton.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Those
That's
palm
crazy.
trees and
W. Bush lived out here.
those palm trees over there by the 6 O's and those palm trees in Beverly Hills is just as high, just as beautiful.
I mean,
You look
tall.
up, you see some beautiful palm trees, but you look down, that's two totally different atmospheres.
Yeah, and I was like, man, why are they so mad? Why are they fighting over there, man? It's such a beautiful place. Yeah, but you guys,
I always said my theory is it's always the fast food. Think about all our classic hood movies. Fast food played a part in a lot of deaths.
Yeah,
Jack in the Box.
yeah.
Rally,
I never get
all of them.
Kane got dude at the drive-in. I was like,
Niggas got robbed at Tam. Like, you don't go. That's why I'm saying you come out here. Do not get the fast food. Don't go to none of the burger stands. That's where niggas get robbed at. They tell y'all in every movie. Go to every movie. Nigga.
Burger stands and liquor stores.
Well, you know what? One question I do have: why y'all got so many donut shops? There's literally like a donut shop on every corner.
The Koreans.
We
They
good at making donuts.
And then when you get the donuts and the Chinese food place right next to each other,
bruh, I gotta go 5 miles in Atlanta to find it. And then there's a Krispy Kreme over here, and then there's a Dunkin' Donuts like way over there. Like, you go to LA, you literally especially if you fly into LAX, you will literally see a donut shop on every single corner on your way out, to wherever you're going.
Good breakfast sandwiches.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one thing I meant to mention earlier, Dolemite touched on it. He mentioned the Yankees. That's his set. That's what they wear. They wear Yankees. It's not because he's a Yankees fan. So just in case y'all didn't understand, and that's another thing too. That's another thing too. If you do come to LA, and these gentlemen will tell you, don't wear no teams.
Baseball teams.
Don't wear a hat. Just wear a Sonic hat or a Super Mario or something like that.
Don't wear no hats. Period.
Don't wear no hat. It ain't even worth it.
Wear that. Look, if you want to be safe, wear a Laker hat. There you go. You fit right in.
No, right. Not if it's purple.
Is there a purple game?
As long as you got the logo, bro, they not gonna buy
the grape streets.
Oh, I forgot about them. Okay. Yeah, so while it's not as wild as the 80s where you literally could die over the colors that you had on, don't wear no Houston Astros hats. Don't wear no
baseball team. Just don't wear no baseball team.
No baseball
team. Because the Angels will get you fucked up. Like just the any team will get you fucked up.
That's crazy.
The
getting beat up
because Rangers will get you fucked up. Just name a team, they'll get you fucked up.
At the bare minimum, you're gonna get questioned.
The Seattle Mariners
will get you fucked up.
The Seattle Mariners get you beat up.
They'll all get you fucked up. The Blue Jays, the Rockies, they'll all get you fucked up. The Orioles will get you fucked up.
I'm a fan of King Griffey Jr. They don't care.
They'll fuck you up. Don't do it.
Yeah, please don't wear no Seattle Mariners hat.
Don't wear no baseball team.
A lot of essays and neutral cats, like, just pay attention to Ice Cube. What did that nigga wear mostly? Raider gear. Not just because he was a Raiders fan. It was the most black and white and silver is the most neutral colors you can wear.
And you might go to Long Beach and still get your ass beat.
And they all Pittsburgh Steelers over there. So you over there where you see a gang of Palomalu jerseys and shit like that and Steelers. And it ain't too many football hats that we identify with gang, but we know if you wear a San Francisco hat, but them baseball hats,
right?
Basketball hat,
any baseball team will get you fucked up.
Yeah, just wear your South Carolina State gear.
I don't know how it got that way, but and I don't even be seeing a lot of baseball hats. I mean basketball hats like that.
Because the letters all represent something.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the Cleveland Indians, the Inglewood families wear Cleveland Indians. So even if you got that little screaming hoo-ha nigga, they'll still fuck you up.
And
don't wear no baseball team.
Don't wear the Philadelphia Phillies either.
No, that's all Pyro hoods.
All my teams are neutral safe. I got UCLA, Raiders, and the Lakers. We good. The only one that they gonna really question you about is this goddamn Los Angeles Dodgers. When you can damn near, this is 50-50. 50-50, nigga. The Dodger fan base is just as big or even bigger than the Lakers. But
Yeah, but again,
this is
don't
also
wear the
identified with a lot of Crip gangs.
don't wear the Raiders in Long Beach because the Insanes wear the Raiders.
Mm.
So
And I see a
You
lot
got
of, but I see a lot of F-13s. They wear the Raider jerseys. They
yeah,
Philip Buchanan, they'll wear his jersey inside out. It's the coding is crazy, bro.
yeah.
It's crazy.
you could also wear some South Carolina State gear. I think you'll be okay like that. And
Ain't that shit red?
I'm
it's
not wearing that
garnet and
either.
blue. Garnet.
I'm not wearing that either, brother. Okay, I'm like, even
Nah.
if I don't know if it's attached to any team, it got
Yeah,
letters.
just
I'm not messing with it.
Listen,
exactly. Leave that
I
shit
got some
alone.
some Jordans, and they got blue shoestrings in them. I think I hit Dolomite. I was like, "Hey, are these cool?" And he was like, "Nah, just wear the black shorts."
Yeah.
I don't want no
But
problems. I don't want no
My
problems.
sophomore year, we caught the bus to Lock, nigga. Coaches said, "Stay together, walk out this bus. Don't pay attention, dog." I had red shoestrings in my, and they came with the shoes. They came with the shoes. And look, Lock is predominantly Crips. That's where my mom and my daddy went. Right?
Mm-hmm,
My daddy is a Lock legend,
mm-hmm,
Lock basketball legend. You hear me? That's
mm-hmm,
the understatement. Them niggas don't care. Ronald Taylor Jr. got off that bus. Them niggas, I don't want to say the disrespectful term for the gang that they thought I was from,
mm-hmm,
but I'm like, bro, where's the security at? They're extra close. You ever see game day when they walking down the aisle, the tunes and
mm-hmm,
stuff like
mm-hmm.
that, but it's their fan base? Now
Yeah.
picture that, but it's you as the away team, and that's the
Mm-hmm,
home crowd. Dog, have you ever played in Dorsey's gym? That that airport? I mean that hangar? They don't have no sidelines. You are, so when you take the ball out of the bounds, you right next to man.
niggas can
mm-hmm.
grab you.
They're right there.
Grab
In a typical gym, they're maybe about 5 feet away
Mm-hmm.
from the
that's the same.
bleachers.
That's the same as
And
Compton High Gym.
in Dorsey, they only have a 3 seat level bleacher, and the out of bounds line is a foot away.
You know what's amazing? And I can't remember if I told y'all this or not, but when I was out there, one of my teammates, my man Carnell, Big C, shout out to Big C. He took me in his old neighborhood, and we would, because he goes out there every week and just hangs out on the block with some just old OGs, right? And he's it's like 77th and Western. He lives in South Central now, but it's like that area is where his old neighborhood is, like 77th and Western. And he introduced me to this OG, and he was like, and we were talking or whatever like that, and then it was time for him to go, and he was like, man, I don't feel like going over there on Vernon. He's like, man, I just my blood just boil anytime I go on Vernon. He's like, man, because them niggas always be looking at me funny and such and such. And so I'm being the dummy. I'm like, what's wrong with Vernon? He was like, nah, cuz I can't go over there. I don't go over there. I just got to go over there and pick up my baby mama. And I was like, oh, wow. And this guy's like, he's legit
That's
65 years. Yeah, he's legit 65 years old. And I'm like, wow. So he's 65 years old and he still gets upset about going to this particular section of LA. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
We got some
It was
cold
funny.
rivalries. We got some cold rivalries out here that has
Mm-hmm.
really nothing to do with Dog. Crenshaw and Dorsey is a bigger rivalry than UCLA USC, bigger than North
Wow.
Carolina and Duke. Are you a Crenshaw and Dorsey game on a Friday night? Are you correct? I'm not going. What?
That's like Compton and Centennial.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we all Crips and they all Bloods.
Bloods, yeah. And you know, speaking of USC, I did not realize this until my last time out there. I didn't realize USC was in the middle of the hood.
Yeah, it's right there. It's crazy because you don't get a lot of deaths over there though. They had a couple one year, but I don't even think that had nothing to do with gang violence.
But there's nothing really that separates.
They literally call it the University of South Central.
Like there's really nothing that separates. Like, and I was driving through back on my way to the hotel. No, I went through there twice because I went when I met Big C for breakfast, and then I was when I came back down Fig messing with Baylor. but yeah, like there's really nothing that sections off the campus from the city. So like you drive through and you see these, college apartments or whatever like that, and they're fly ass apartments. I mean, like overlooking downtown or whatever like that. And then like you take a couple of steps on campus and you're on campus, and you take a couple of steps off campus, like you are literally in the wrong
You
area.
can't
Like,
get on. You can't get on there. You could walk right on to UCLA because it's a public university.
okay.
But USC is private. You can't just walk on it, and them niggas they'll run you down. It's
And there's
also
a
it's a highly respected area as far as where the school is at, and
right.
then they play at the Coliseum, which is a couple of blocks down. Well, next block over technically because they got the Science Center over there, but nigga, the Coliseum is right there next to Manual Arts. It's popping right there.
So tell me this: why do they have the? I was coming down. Was Exposition? Is that the name of the street?
Yeah.
So I'm coming down Exposition, and there's literally like a train station here, and the school is right here, and you literally have little white girls just jogging to class or whatever. But like the people getting off the subway, not I can't call it subway, off the public transportation is like the most thugged out people and everything. I'm like, damn, like you normally in most cities, like in my mind, I wouldn't think that they would be that close as far as interacting is concerned, because like even like here in Atlanta, Georgia Tech is in the middle of downtown, but there's no public access to where you can like get to Georgia Tech. You got to cross a bridge, and when you at Georgia Tech, you at Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was interesting that the city, like you're literally in the city and you're right there on the school, and there's not really a whole lot of parameters between the public and the students.
And it's private though. That's the killer part. You cannot you could walk down the street,
Mm-hmm.
but it's private. You can't walk onto their campus at all. You got to have a legit reason to get on their campus. So it's highly respected, but it's just you around. It's just like the White House. The White House, right behind the White House, is the hood.
The hood.
Mm.
So it's literally that close. But when you go to Westwood is a whole ass different city. It's right next to Beverly Hills. Bel Air sits on the top of it.
I ain't been over there yet. I got to get over there next time.
Century City and stuff like that. That's where the money is at. So you walk on, you're gonna see, especially in the summertime, just like how y'all pull up to the comedy club and you see DL, Annie from Compton. You're gonna see a lot of the hood comedians, celebrities, and stuff like that in places like that. You go to Westwood, you're gonna see Westbrook and Baron Davis and them walking down the street if it's in the off season and they hoop, because everybody go hoop at UCLA.
Okay.
But it's a whole totally different type of vibe though. They not playing them police over there, they not playing no games. So you gotta respect like cities like Westwood and Torrance and shit like that, Santa Monica, that government is different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money that flow through there because it's a tourist area as well. So you're not about to go over there. Ain't no gentrification the opposite way when it comes to those cities.
No. They'll lock your ass up just for being
I know that's right.
If you over there, you got some money or you friends with somebody. I mean, I basically stayed in Bel Air and Beverly Hills because of the field that I'm in, but it does not feel like home at all. It feels very strange. We still have the police get behind you, you tighten up.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't gonna.
Okay, one last question before we get out of here. One last question, and I'll throw this Dolemite you first. Did you ever get the? And I asked Sharice this because as you guys know, maybe you don't know, my wife is from Compton. Have you ever dealt with, I guess I don't want to say guilt, but like a feeling of, because here's the thing, and I told you guys this on several occasions, y'all made it. Like there ain't a lot of people like you to come from where you came from, to gone through what you have gone through to get where you got, right? And to get where you're going, because you guys are on a path that few have seen before, and you're still on that trajectory. And we've talked about, what's next for y'all. But have you ever felt like why me? Not so much as like that you weren't worthy of what you did, because obviously you had to work to get where you got. But ain't a lot of people come from Nutty Block to be where they are, like where you are now, Dolemite. So was there ever a feeling of like, man, I can't believe I made it? Or was it just like, I was supposed to make it?
Like survivor's guilt?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Nah, not really. Because a lot of people did make it out of my hood.
Okay.
Like Mixmaster Spade, King T,
Shout
Geechee
out.
Gotti,
Shout out to
you
Geechee.
know,
Shout out.
shit, BG Knockout, Gangsta Drayster.
Shout
We had a
out.
lot of people like come out the hood, like even like homeboys who I grew up with. Like a lot of my homies is like homeowners and shit. Like we
Mhm.
lost a lot of homies. Like don't get it like wrong. Like it wasn't like everybody made it and shit, but at the same time, like we got a good number of niggas who did very well. So it kind of was like, and again, like I kind of damn near was spoiled to a degree because certain niggas hoods got it bad.
Right.
Like I remember one day, I was on the train with a nigga, and once I told that nigga where I was from, like I could just tell by the look in his face, he was like, "Y'all ruined my life, nigga." Like,
Damn.
cause we was terrorizing shit.
Mhm.
Like it my neighborhood is kind of like it's just an understanding where nigga, if you from here, you got to be with the bullshit.
Mhm.
So like with us, a lot of people didn't come to us. We went to them.
Gotcha.
It's like how the United States is in the world. Like nigga, we go fight wars. Nigga, wars don't get fought here. So that's kind of like what it was with us. So like I never was really like afraid in my hood. Like I think I said that shit on either my last episode or the episode
Mhm.
before
Yeah,
that.
you
Like
did.
I feel safer in the hood than I feel where I live now. Like I go to the hood right now, I'll leave my car running, go take a shit at
Mhm.
my grandma's house. Ain't nobody gonna touch my fucking car. Like I don't be sitting on my grandma's porch thinking like them niggas might come through. Like I'm cool. So like even the homies who we lost, most of the homies we lost other places. Like they was, oh, cuz was at a party, cuz was at a bitch house, cuz was over here, cuz was over there. It don't be like, oh man, y'all niggas gotta watch out on Gunlock. No, we don't.
Gotcha.
If you come on Gunlock, you gotta watch out.
I
So
know that's right.
like, I never really felt it. Like it, you sad to lose your friends, but at the same time, again, like we knew what we signed up for.
Mhm.
So as fucked up as it is, like it's an understanding. Like I'm way more sad when I lose. Like when I lost my cousin Pookie, it was way sadder than when I lose my homies because we gang members. You
Right.
know, when you lose an innocent motherfucker, that's when you really hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, Baylor? Any survivor's guilt?
Nope. No. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I made the right
Like, nope.
turns. The whole nine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed. I thank God that dog I just didn't fall
Why
into.
is your camera upside down?
I
he
don't know.
turned this bitch sideways.
Ever since I got
There
a
you go.
call from my wife, the camera just messed up. But
Oh no, you good.
That nigga on
no,
game
man.
watch.
At the end of the day, man, I'm actually grateful for the homies that I still got that used to bang. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I think about the ones that we lost all the time. All the
No
time.
doubt.
So
No doubt.
um I'm glad I was able to make it through this journey, bro. Like again, it wasn't just our city, but it was a gang of cities across the country where the thing was a lot of cats wasn't even making it to 20 and 21 years old.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? College was a dream and stuff like that. Now college is an option. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm grateful, man.
All right. Well, I know I said one last question. One more before we get out of here, man. I would be remiss if we went through this entire episode and did not mention probably outside of Dolomite the most popular person from Compton, and that is Kendrick Lamar. Man, it's been more than a year since this last run, but he's really, if you listen to him rap and you see what he did on this tour, and you hear the most recent verse at the time of this recording on the New Clips album, he ain't letting up. Like he mentioned before about having his foot on the neck of hip hop. What do you, Baylor? What do you think's next for K Dot?
He said he going into animation, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
So I'm pretty sure within the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, we just gonna get some different type of content. Who knows if we'll get another album or not? I feel like he'll give us another,
I think so.
Kobe retirement type of, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna put his creative views towards the screen, and You know, whether that's a cartoon, TV show, a movie, or a play. Maybe I can see him doing plays and stuff like that, writing them. So yeah, I mean, another cat where just imagine the cats. Like I think about that for all other hoods outside of California, but dog, if we had Nip and K Dot together, you know what I'm saying? It's
Man,
crazy, unbelievable.
listen, listen. What about you, Dolomite? What do you think? What do you think is next for Kendrick Lamar?
Shit, like he said, it's gonna be definitely some shit on the screen, but I don't think he done doing music. I think
I
he
don't think
gonna
so.
get
No.
on his Andre 3000 shit, where whoever need a verse every now and then, if he feel like fucking the game up, he just gonna pop out and show niggas like, nigga, let me go ahead and rip these niggas head off. The game getting boring, nigga. Let me go ahead and go viral on their ass one time.
Yeah,
So, he gonna do what he basically gonna do whatever the fuck he feel like doing. Like, he gonna throw his weight around.
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Yeah, I think I think he's still just scratching the surface because he's still got a lot left. He's still got a whole bunch of tread on the tire. And you mentioned the pop out. Every time I think about the pop out, and I think about the ending of the pop out, and I don't know the exact number, but if you go back to that final scene where everybody was on stage with him, it was at least 100 different gangs up there on that stage.
yeah, yeah.
Easily.
You can
So
go on YouTube and hear them talk about how it was kind of, with some cats it was kind of challenging to be for them to be in the same room with other cats, but that's the power he had. That's the same power Nip would have.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
Probably even more
Facts.
powerful to have, you know, cats that's in the trenches be on stage together and stuff like that. So, yeah,
The
legends,
unifier of music.
classic,
The unifier of music.
dedication.
That is gonna do it. You got it. That is gonna do it for us. Before we get out of here, Baylor, tell folks where they can find you, where they can find your podcasts.
Somewhere on Brit RSS feed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like she be putting my records out late because she could do whatever she want to do. I'm signed to her label right now, and she like TDE. Like it takes some time for an album to come out over there. So I'm just messing with her. But yeah, so follow her
Suge Renee.
podcast.
Britt Renee.
Suge
So
Renee.
outside of that, what Twitter is at Baylorism, TikTok at Baylorism, at Baylor Great, on IG. That's it.
Dolemite, where can folks find you in your podcast?
Google Uncle Dolemite. But Too Much Game Podcast, TOO, not the number 2. Too Much Game Podcast everywhere, all streaming platforms, including YouTube. And just search Uncle Dolemite on all streaming platforms. On all social medias, and Yo Mama Boyfriend on TikTok.
And for folks in the Metro LA area, you're like I mentioned earlier, you're a comic. Any shows coming up? Anything that you can plug?
Nah, not at the moment.
Because you just did a show, what, 2 nights ago?
Yeah, the night before last.
Okay. How did that go?
Chaotic. The show was cool. It just was more shit outside of the show that was chaotic. But the show went well.
Good. So pretty soon, y'all, you better catch him while you can, because pretty soon he's gonna be everywhere. He's gonna be
I've been
outside.
trying to do a collaborative merch deal with him so I can be locked in. Nigga don't know. Trying to get locked in early, trying to get that early price. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, that's going to do it for us. You guys know where to find me, 12 Kyle across the board. 12 Kyle podcast, new episodes every Thursday and every Sunday. The Rap Soul podcast, my music podcast, is the best music podcast that you've never heard. We talk about rap and soul music from the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. Make sure you tap in there. You can find that on YouTube as well as everywhere you get podcasts. So that's going to do it for us. So for my man Baylor the Great, for my man Uncle Dolemite, I am your boy 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys next time. 5,000. Cheers.
Thanks again for listening to this episode of the 12 Kyle podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend who needs the 12 Kyle podcast in their life. Every listen, every download, and every share helps us grow. Thanks for being a part of the 12 Kyle podcast community. We appreciate your support. We will catch you next time. 5,000.